Make that money.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Listen, you ain't cut right from the same cloth, homie, what it look like. I ain't here just to kick it, get the books right. This official business, bro, we ain't point light. I can promise this, let me say, okay. If you coming with the bull, I say, ole. Listen well, listen here, it ain't no fake. On some real killer like Ghostface. On the beats though, we remain calm when it's hostile. We were working in the back of the house though, hitting every sense on why we got home. You can feel the vibes in your nostrils. What are the buckles? Status in Baco. On the block though, the whole summer mine. I know it shock you. Hold a future king, never front on me. You just wanna be, why I'm gonna be. Word to the outcome. You are not a boss if you got one. I am not the one to stop and lock doors. You ain't high, ho. You a cockroach. On my mama though. Word to the outcome. You are not a boss if you got one. I am not the one to stop and lock doors. You ain't high, ho. You a cockroach. On my mama though. In and out. One time. In and out. We gon' do it one time. In and out. One time. In and out. Only got 2 days, full time, go get a knee, big plays. You a two-tone nigga on some two-face. You been too-fake, I see your piss face. You a ugly nigga, real talk, heard on the hotline. Not about how, it won't my time yet, but I'm hot now. It's about time, yet in the spot now. This is my crown, feeling hostile, word what I stand on. I can back up everything I said, ho. You say you a king, no one care though. You say you a G, no one scared though. I'm about mines, everybody drop now. On the flow, view, you may know the name, I don't know you. What I'm gonna do next, they don't know few. Cause I don't talk much, but I can show you. Word to the outcome. You are not a boss if you got one. I am not the one to stop and lock doors. You ain't high, ho. You a cockroach. On my mama though. Word to the outcome. You are not a boss if you got one. I am not the one to stop and lock doors. You ain't high, ho. You a cockroach. On my mama though. In and out. One time. In and out. We gon' do it one time. In and out. One time, in and out. Only got one chance, in and out. One time, in and out. Do it, in and out. Got one life and it's in and out. Real talk, 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 talk. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, welcome back to another episode of Big Hip Hop Haven.
Don't forget the big, welcome back.
So today we're going to continue down our journey of Ren chapter 5 and 6.
The UK Prince.
Yeah, so
the musical Swiss Army knife.
Everybody get y'all tissue together. We're going to put one in the community, take a couple and pass it back. Don't be greedy, because everybody got tear ducts. You know what I mean? Hopefully.
Share the tissues.
Shout out to everyone in here. Diane, Michelle, Jamie, Gigi,
Joanne,
shout out to you.
Big shout out to everybody. If you're watching, go ahead and drop a comment down so we shout you out.
All right. So I don't even know if I'm ready. This ain't gonna hold you.
People from Wyoming. All right.
Wyoming in the building. All right. We from the Midwest too. Our people's from Ohio.
Iron,
a lot of our family. Raspberry. I like that.
Right.
What's up?
How you doing?
I was having a good day today.
What up?
How's y'all day going? Is it, you know what I mean? Allison Vic, shoemate.
How you doing? Appreciate y'all checking in with us, rocking with us.
A public funded college.
I did. I graduated twice. 2 degrees.
Canada in the building. Shout out to Canada, Alberta, Canada.
All right.
Calgary.
We got a lot in store for y'all today, man.
Diane. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and knock these two out. We are doing another live later on. I think it's at 5 p.m. Eastern, where we're going to take subscriber requests, or anybody in the drop some requests in the chat, super chat, however you want to do it. You know what I mean?
GG loves music and more. Big shout out to you.
Couple hours with y'all on the day. We're gonna need it after this. I ain't gonna lie. You ready?
Let go. Let go.
Woo. Let's get it.
I tried to cling on to music in whatever ways I could.
Shout out Other Life.
I tried to cling on to music in whatever ways I could during the time I was sick. During my time in Brighton, whenever my energy would allow it, I'd get myself out onto the streets and I'd go busking, about once every 3 weeks or so. It was my second year in Brighton, and I remember one evening heading home with my guitar and my busking amp after a couple of hours of playing on the street. I remember hearing this amazing ethereal voice while heading through the lanes, and I saw that it was coming from this 16-year-old kid. I've always had a deep admiration and feeling of camaraderie for buskers. There's something about the willingness to be able to bare your soul to a street full of strangers that really moves me. I noticed that the kid didn't have an amp. He was singing totally a cappella, but you'd only hear him if you were within a few meters of him. I knew from years on the street and singing a cappella than myself that an amp can change everything. I had this compulsion to offer him mine. I approached him and I told him that if he plugged in and sang while I played guitar, the whole street would stop in its tracks. And I was right. His voice soared across the street.
Shout out to Matt.
Matt C. Big shout out to Matt.
And they started saying that he recorded this in Calgary. Okay. But who do you think this person is going to be? You think we've already heard a collab with him?
What's his name? Possibly. I'm not sure. Ain't no telling. It's a lot of talent out there.
All right. So I think it's the person he did the Superstitious with, but
very superstitious.
But I don't know.
People started stopping. Not long after, we had the whole street's attention. Something quite magic was happening. This was the first day that I met Sam Tompkins, someone who would be integral.
I was right. I was right. What's up, Taurus?
Big shout out to him. You was right.
I was right. I knew.
Yeah.
See, we learning.
To my whole life changing later on. He had a friend with him, this guy called Connor Honeyset, who would later go on to be my manager. For now, they'd just be a couple of teenagers that I'd have to help out on my way home. It's funny how life works like that.
What's up, Jamie? What up?
I kept up to date with what Sam was doing on social media. There was a part of me that felt like his successes allowed me to live vicariously through someone else who lived an alternate reality where I never got sick. He was getting videos on SBTV, writing and featuring with some amazing artists, and there were quite a lot of similarities in our writing styles, and all at such a young age. I wasn't really able to do any of that stuff at the time. I was mostly bedbound with the exception of the odd day that I'd be able to go busking. It could have been very easy for that feeling to turn into jealousy, but it never did.
I think he was making some good money busking, though, because if he can survive off of it and be bedridden a lot, he was making some good cheese. And he's talented, so I'm sure mad people was, you know what I mean?
I felt truly proud of him. Years later, we go on to write a song together called Blind Eyed, which would transform the trajectory of my whole career. During this time, I was still...
Did we do Blind Eye?
No, we got to add that one to the list. What y'all think? Y'all let us know.
I don't think we did that one.
Desperately jumping from one treatment to another treatment. And now that my diet had become more limited, I was trying new diets with no luck. As the options in the alternative health world started to dwindle, I started searching for answers in the divine. In the former years, I had moments where I found myself sitting in churches, talking in tears to whoever might be listening, or experimenting with energetic healing modalities like Reiki. With time, my searching started taking even more unusual turns. I started looking to things like exorcists. Once you exhaust all rational explanations and treatments, the irrational suddenly starts looking more palatable.
I didn't know there was real life services offering exorcisms in like the 20s. After like,
that's
what?
Thing.
How much do you charge for an exorcism?
It depends on
what?
I had a skeptic's mind, but I had nothing to lose because there were no other good options.
All right, Elsa, she said we got to check out Blind
Eye. All right.
My friend Momoko's mother was from Japan. She aligned herself with a sect of...
What? See,
He looking for healing.
He not even
He looking for
introducing
answers.
some of these issues.
Oh, hold on.
He's
Big shout out with the super chat from Tori.
shout out to
Big
Torres.
shout out to Tori.
He said my homeboy's murderers from Japan. Like, he didn't even ease us into that. He just randomly said that. Like, what?
He dropped the bomb on us.
My friend Momoko's mother was from Japan. She aligned herself with a sect of Buddhism called the Nichiren Daishonin. They would chant a repeated phrase over and over again while holding.
Shonen ain't them ninjas?
I think you're thinking of Ronin.
Oh, I'm tripping.
My friend Momoko's mother was from Japan. She aligned herself with a sect of Buddhism called the Nichiren Daishonin. They would chant a repeated phrase over and over again while holding prayer beads. The chant would go, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo, Nam-myoho Renge-kyo.
Yeah. So first thing that went to my mind. First thing that came to my mind, Whitney Houston.
That's not her.
Yeah, but
That's Tina Turner.
Tina Turner, my bad. Yeah, Tina Turner from her and Ike.
What's love got to do?
Yeah, I think that's the name of the movie too.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Its intention was to align you with your innate Buddhahood, to cleanse you of any bad karma and put you in alignment with your true destiny on earth, to find peace, to find tranquility. Momoko's mum gifted me with my own set of beads, and I began to chant every morning. Eventually, I joined a group in Brighton after a serendipitous meeting with an incredibly eccentric, bright, colourful suit-wearing piano tuner. He spotted my beads and he grinned at me and he pulled out his own. We'd sit in a small group and we'd chant for hours sometimes. There was something comforting about the course of my life and illness to an incomprehensible power outside of myself. I spoke openly in these meetings that I loved feeling part of something, but that I really struggled saying with certainty that I believed in it. This was the issue I faced with every religion I temporarily aligned myself with looking for answers. Something in me couldn't bring myself to take ancient texts as gospel, all too aware of how man twists so-called spiritual doctrines to suit his own power-hungry pursuits. I wanted divine proof. I sometimes screamed at the sky or the waves and begged for it. I was answered with sickness. If there was a creator,
Joanne, I hope you get better too.
Begged for it. I was answered with sickness.
Hold on.
If there
I totally agree with you, Allison V.
was a creator, I was angry with it. The irony was that I envied people of faith. I felt like people who truly trusted themselves to a higher power seemed to possess a level of calm and acceptance that I didn't. One of my stranger encounters was going to see a shaman. The shaman, of course, was a middle-aged white woman in a quite nice-looking cottage in Brighton. She told me to lie down, and she proceeded to lean over my body and made noises like coughing up phlegm while speaking an unknown ancient language that seemed to include whistling noises. After about 20 minutes of making distressed groaning noises over my back, she paused in contemplation for a while and proceeded to tell me that I'd been killed by a sword in my past life. She made sucking noises near the supposed stab site on my chest, and then she spat into a bucket. She then placed a little stone into my hand, and she told me that I had to bury it on a high hill in Brighton on the next full moon.
Would you do it, Devin?
From a shaman?
Would you do it? Because if that was me, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Shit.
I don't know.
I don't know. That sounds like some. I don't know that because I don't know what shamans believe
When
in.
is the next full moon? Who knows that?
Yeah, I don't even track moon cycles. So
how would you find that out?
I don't even know horoscopes
Google?
like that. So they just told me I'm an Aquarius. I don't even know if that's true or not.
The depressing part of this story is during the next full moon, I did indeed find a big hill, dug a small hole, and I buried the stone in it. Surprising to say, fuck all happened. It was this journey into the spiritual unknown that led me to a very unsettling experience. I located a therapist online who had claimed to overcome ME herself.
Allison V said that desperation could drive her to do it.
Desperation can drive you to do a lot of stuff.
Things, so she may have a
but
point on that.
Before I see a shaman, I ain't gonna hold you.
Chris L said that he would too. Oh, that they would too.
If I tried if you tried exorcism, then yeah, but I wouldn't try that. Like,
and then Allison V said, especially if she tried everything else, which is a good point. You got nothing else to do. Why not bury the rock? What else can happen? What could go wrong, Devin?
I mean, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess.
She specialized in it and dealt with people's past trauma, but also worked with energies like Reiki. I had to get the train to where she lived. She met me in the car and drove me in silence back to hers. There was a bit of an unusual energy about her. I've always been really good at reading people. I can't quite explain it, but sometimes when I meet someone, it's like I have a sixth sense for whether or not they'll play a significant role in my life. This person's energy felt alien to me. When we arrived at her, she told me that she sometimes would consult with her horses about people's health conditions.
Randy said if you were in enough pain, you would. We didn't even factor that in, the amount of pain he going through during this time.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I mean,
dang, I think she may got us.
I'd probably try a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna hold you. There is a limit, but I don't think shaman is probably well below the limit. So it's worse stuff you can try.
It was at this moment I knew that she was
like you could be sacrificing a goat or something, or chickens. You know what I mean? Trying to try magic or something. Like ain't no telling.
She sometimes would consult with her horses about people's health conditions. It was at this moment I knew that she was probably insane. Nonetheless, I shared a...
See?
Oh, wait. Maxie said he got to dip out. He don't know, before the chapter, he don't know how good he going to bowl afterwards. Which he may... Yeah, you can't bowl good when you're in...
I ain't going to hold you. Just come back to this afterwards. I'll keep it up on YouTube.
Big shout out.
Just for you. Like, get your vibes on.
Thought about my life. We got into the trauma of living with sickness, what it was like to constantly mourn your own life. It was comforting at first, and it felt like a safe space until it got a bit weird. One day, she offered me a glass of water before a Reiki session, and during the session, I fell into a deep sleep. When I came around, multiple hours had passed, which was peculiar for me. I usually have issues with sleeping and couldn't drift off, particularly not in unfamiliar environments. She assured me it was total normal and to get plenty of water, and I thought nothing of it. Lines started getting somewhat blurry when she'd invite me for meals with her and her husband. I took it as friendliness, but I noticed that she stopped.
What up, Bad Wolf?
Yeah, shout out to you. And they said 6 is the roughest. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Started messaging me outside of clinic hours. One time I agreed to create music for her in exchange for some extra sessions. Not long after, I started getting strange messages in my Facebook inbox. She started telling me how she knew that all my previous songs had been about her, which they hadn't. When I dismissed this, she would sometimes message me saying that she was outside of my house, telling me that our souls were bonded and that bad things would happen to me if we weren't together.
That's what happened with them exorcism. Now,
I told you.
Soul ties. That's why I wouldn't trust stuff like that, because I do believe
she got you.
Yo, I believe in magic and all that stuff, right? And religion and different
Michelle Ferguson
stuff,
said
spells.
that she drugged them.
Yeah. When if he ate some spaghetti.
It was in the beverage.
Lightly, I was already in a pretty weird emotional place because of years of sickness. So having someone in the position of trust abuse their position like this shook me, and it shook my trust in therapy even more. It shook my trust in people in general. I told her to never contact me again, and I blocked her, but she would still occasionally get through on other numbers. One time she'd phoned my mum's house relentlessly. My mum, knowing the details, told her to stop harassing me and threatened to get the police involved after things which went silent. This was also the year that I met my second ever girlfriend, who I'd later be engaged to for a short amount of time. My little sister had already set the relationship up in her mind. She met this girl in Bristol who she got on with super well, and somehow she wingmanned me and planted the seed in her brain that she'd be perfect for her older brother, me.
That's fire to have a sister that would do that for you, because my little brother would never do that. It's terrible. Terrible wingman.
My sister's friend had moved to Brighton, but I was blissfully unaware of this matchmaking. At this point, I was living in a house share in Rose Hill Terrace in Brighton with some lunatics I'd met at Ben's house, and Momoko, who had moved down from Cornwall. The house was only meant for 2 people, but Momoko and I had pretended we were married and pretended that we were going to have a baby to be able to get it. As soon as the deed was signed, we moved in with about 5 other friends, one living in the living room, one in the attic, one in the study, one in the conservatory. It's safe to say rent was pretty fucking cheap. One night, my friend Luke was throwing a party and she rocked up with a few of her friends. My sister had pretty good taste in girls and I had a crush on her instantly. At some point in the night, we both ended up lying on my bedroom floor on a bunch of sofa cushions while about 6 other people were sleeping in various places in my room, one somehow in the upper compartment of my wardrobe. True story. She asked me to tell her a bedtime story and I made up the most unhinged story I could think of. By some sort of miracle, she found my madness endearing and we ended up kissing a lot and staring into each other's eyes till we fell asleep. It's strange navigating a relationship when you're sick. I couldn't go out to eat at restaurants because I was allergic to everything. I didn't have the energy to do most.
I ain't gonna hold you.
See,
He probably saved a lot of money though.
he did, but
Like-
still,
Like,
you eating the same thing over and over
yeah,
again.
but Gates is expensive. I ain't gonna hold you. Like,
I mean, Devin eats the same thing over and over again every week. But still,
no, I don't. I go to different. I go to a different restaurant every day.
Either Olive Garden,
I ain't been to Olive Garden that long.
either
Olive Garden, Plaza Azteca, Roma
Cracker
Italiano,
Barrel.
Cracker Barrel,
Chicken Fiesta,
Texas Roadhouse, Chicken Fiesta. Yeah, it's a variety.
Roma,
It's more than
that's it.
7.
but you get the same thing every time.
Yeah, because I don't like trying new stuff. Because it might suck. And then I waste my money. Like I tried something. We had that party a couple weeks ago. That joint was terrible.
Normal things that couples do. Some days I'd be so full of brain fog that my personality disappeared, and it was hard to explain that to someone without them thinking that maybe you were just being a bit off with them. I think losing Joe, losing Callum, losing the record deal, losing my last girlfriend, it had all made me wary of getting attached to good things. Quite a lot of my illness made me feel ugly, and it's hard to accept love when you feel ugly. Nonetheless, she did love me, and with time our relationship grew. It was around this time I was contacted by a woman called Jennifer Breer, an incredibly inspiring woman whose journey seemed to parallel mine. She was an incredibly ambitious PhD student at Harvard who one day was struck down by a mystery illness that confined her to a wheelchair. She spent most of her life tirelessly searching for a way out.
Is it better to be born without legs or have legs for like 25 years and then lose them?
So you basically asking me, is it better to have known and lost or to have not known at all?
If you never known the sweet embrace of a jump and then coming back down,
but you never known
falling,
the pain of rolling an
ankle, a shin splint,
stubbing your big toe.
Yeah, you never need nobody. Like I played basketball and used to need people. That joint hurt.
Painful.
So what's worse, to never have legs or to have legs and then have them taken away?
I think to have legs and to have them taken away. Because then you'll still get the phantom pains of having legs and phantom itches and whatnot. Yes.
What?
Real thing. Look it up. Real thing.
So if there's no leg, it itches?
Yeah.
Get the
you
out of
feel like
here.
a
That's
pain.
crazy.
Yeah.
Because itches that you can't scratch with, boy. What?
She was doing a Kickstarter to raise money to make a film called Canary in a Coal Mine. It would later go on to be renamed Unrest, and it would go on to win multiple awards, and it's still watchable on Netflix to this day. It's an incredibly important and very moving documentary about the horrors of living with ME. I recommend everyone checks that out.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I can watch it. I don't like sad stuff. I'm not a sad or scary movie type person. I'm only doing this for y'all. I ain't going to hold you. Like this type of stuff makes me uncomfortable. I don't like to hear people going through traumas. It's not enjoyable for me.
At the time, I started health blogging. I created a series of video diaries that I named Me versus ME. It would be a video document of my various trials with different alternative treatment approaches, and generally a look into the life of someone with a chronic illness. I didn't know it back then, but those videos would save my life. I guess I was occupying a place that was needed, as quite quickly many people in the chronic health communities gravitated towards my videos. Every day, I'd be sent messages telling the stories of the people who had fallen in between the cracks in the floorboards. There was heartbreaking stories of frustration and confusion, people mourning the people that used to be, some who were new to this world, some who had been there for decades. I tried to help them in whatever way I could. I tried to comfort people. In my own little way, I became somewhat of a spokesperson for the voiceless. I felt their pain like it was my own. This new pursuit gave me a sense of purpose that I desperately needed. Without purpose, I felt useless.
What's up, Jennifer O?
I made a lot of friends, and I'd write to them on a daily basis. Some of those friends died.
Damn, see?
Some of those friends decided to take their lives, and they were wicked people. I talked to them a lot.
And they were okay.
It was this that ultimately made me decide to stop, but that wouldn't be until years later. Immersing myself in the horrors of this illness and trying to carry some of the weight for the others while I still wasn't strong enough to carry my own.
Hold on, Devin. I think Allison V asked you, how can you get through Ren's music if struggle makes you uncomfortable?
Because I appreciate his cadences, his rhyme patterns, his multisyllabic rhyme schemes, the setup, the bars, the hooks, the melodies, the flows, the punchlines. I like that. That's rap. But just hearing it this way, see, in rap, when you're rapping it, I can enjoy a lot of other factors of it versus just the trauma. But hearing it this way, it's just right in your face. I'm not getting none of the other.
You can't deny it.
Yeah, it's nothing else I can't hide it. I can't like, all right, I hear what he's saying. And
you can picture it.
Yeah, because he's very vivid with his words, even in this style. So, I mean, and it just sucks. Like, I don't want him to be feeling this way. I like his music. I don't want him to feel this way. That's why.
Eventually took it.
Hope that answers your question.
This toll. Jen Bria had found my videos and she asked me to make a song for her documentary.
Yeah.
I was honored. I wrote a song called Patience. I'll leave you with a video taken at the time to finish off this chapter.
And I've learned some lessons that will be so valuable for like, so it's a blessing and a curse being this ill because it's completely changed me. Like,
is that? Hold on.
Jamie said she thinks that's why Ren adds humor to his music and stuff. And Allison V said
probably
that makes sense.
You're putting the medicine in the candy because it's still his music is going to help people. Like, it's going to help a lot of people.
It's going to resonate with a lot of people.
But he in order to hide the medicine in the candy, just like if you were putting some, like a Kendrick, like if you put messages in your stuff, he's doing that. But with this style, it's just right in your face. Like, and now you got to acknowledge everything, and it sucks. Like, the truth be hurting. Like,
you can't.
And I can
Matrix no more.
And when he paints the picture this way, you can kind of feel it. Like, it sucks. Like, especially for someone that you like. That's messed up. But Ren Gill, I'm assuming that's Ren's last name, or is Gill another person? Let's check.
Turned me from a little cocky teenager into somebody who's quite this, I guess, prepared for things now. Like I feel like once I've gone through this, I'll throw anything at me and it'll be okay. But at the same time, as much as I see it as a blessing, I hate it. I do hate it.
Hold on. Jamie said she meant more in his chapters, like the Marvin Gaye jokes, etc.
Oh.
But then the Kang 7933 just dropped in and said, "What up, the Kang? Just big shout out to you. Hope all doing great. Will y'all be posting your Patreon soon? I've joined already and want to support by helping monthly." Thanks.
Yeah, we're actually about to start uploading. We just recorded a bunch of videos. I need to get them uploaded there. And I think what we're going to start doing, if y'all notice, we kind of pre-record a lot of stuff and post it for the week. We'll probably just release those directly on Patreon, so you don't have to wait. But y'all give us more ideas of what y'all want. That's kind of why I haven't advertised as much, because I need more ideas to make sure we're giving you value. We're not trying to just take your money. Like, we want to make sure we're adding some value and work for it. You know what I mean? We want to work for every dollar.
I think it was Thomas Edison that was like, I haven't
2011.
Hold on.
So
Gigi Loves Music said even if he doesn't listen often to Mr. Morale, he really loves that Kendrick messages about his struggle.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people love about that album, to be honest.
And thank you, Toy. Don't forget to hit that like button.
Yeah, for sure. If y'all like this joint, share this joint. You know what I mean? But 2011, so you've been dealing with this for 14 years. That's crazy.
failed, I've just found 1,000 things that don't work, which is kind of nice to look at it that way. Like I'm just eliminating.
He's probably been dealing with it longer because that's when he was diagnosed. I remember he went undiagnosed for mad long.
And it really challenges my mind. And yeah, it's just gotten to the point where I'm spending, I'd say, like 95% of my life in a bedroom, which kind of sucks. Because my mind is in such a different place in my body. My mind craves life so much.
It's alright, it's okay. I'm feeling brave, gonna face this day. It's okay, it's alright. No tears will kiss my cheeks tonight, and it's all good, and I'm just fine. My words ring out like.
Is there no video where?
Y'all can't see it?
Oh, okay.
Like hollow shell, it's okay, it's alright. No tears will kiss my cheeks tonight, and it's all good, and I'm just fine. My words ring out like hollow shells. Just slow down, it takes time, but time moves slow, I know this well. And my heart breaks 1,000 times a day. But for every hope that dies, another one takes its place. Because I have the strength of a mountain, and I've got the courage of the deep blue sea, and I have the heart of a lion, and the stars burn bright in.
Gigi Loves Music and more said at this point he was wrongly diagnosed
of a similar
autoimmune disease during this time. And he does look 12. He looked 12, 13 in this
What that mean?
I'm just saying. They said baby Ren.
How old is he now? He look young now. To be honest, I thought he was like in his 20s. Mid-20s at the latest.
Side of me, and although you me, my God, I stand so proudly. Can't you see that I have the strength?
Ren my age?
Come on, 35.
I can't even. 2011, what was I doing?
Not what Ren doing.
I had just graduated college. So, damn, if I was hurting back then, damn, so much. I couldn't
for
imagine.
Years.
Yeah,
bro.
that's almost, but even
over a decade.
So even since then, that would have been, boy.
The stars burn bright inside of me, and although you test me, my God, I stand so proudly. Can't you see that I have the strength of a mountain, and I'll take all you throw at me.
You hear that? How it sounds like it's two different people playing at the same time, but it's because he's playing on both sides of the string at once.
Come on.
That's fire.
I'm sorry.
He said, I won't let a tear kiss this cheek tonight. That's a fire way to
He
put
writing
that.
lyrics too.
Yeah, he's still barring.
I'm sorry. Elsa Z said he was in his mid-20s here. He don't look like it.
Mid-20s.
Look like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed mid-20s. Maybe 20.
Come on.
I mean, he just got a young face. I mean, that's good.
This world is quite scary, I know that, cause I've been here for some time, but all that prepares me for a day when I can truly shine, cause I've been so broken, and picking up fragments of myself, I'll glue them back together, so I can stand at the edge of this world and yell that my heart breaks 1,000 times a day.
For every hope that dies, another one takes its place. Because
Fire.
I have the strength of a mountain, and I've got the courage of the deep blue sea, and I have the heart of a lion, and the stars burn bright inside of me. And although you test me, my God, I stand so proudly. Can't you see that I have the strength of a mountain, and I'll take all you throw at me?
Come on!
I'll dust the cobwebs off this sheath, and I'll take the sword of my belief.
Take the sword for my belief. Fire.
And in this storm, I will not flinch, and I will not move. No, not an inch. Because I have the strength of a mountain, I've got the courage of the deep blue sea, and I have the heart of a lion, and the stars they burn bright inside of me. But although you test me, my God, I stand so proudly. Can't you see I have the strength of a mountain, and I'll take all you throw at me.
How's he playing that drum sound? I'm looking around like I can see more of the room. How the hell is he doing that?
Can't you see I have the strength of a mountain, and I'll take all
Baby
you
Ren.
throw at me.
Imperfection Project. Is that the name of this song? Because I ain't gonna hold you. He was at low-key barn in the song. Like, that's what's fire about him. Like, it doesn't matter the type of music that he's making, the genre. He's still giving you bars in them joints. I like that.
Musical like, Swiss Army knife.
The bars ain't never lacking.
Nobody's messing with Ren's
And the first part of that song, I really like that part. When I listen to songs like this, that first part is definitely my vibe. I like that. Follow Ren's journey. You got a GoFundMe. Okay. I wonder if that's still active.
I take all that you throw at me. Come on.
Yeah.
You born.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Millie.
Yeah. They said this is Baby Ren. Okay. All right.
Me too, Allison V.
I don't think that was as dark as the last two.
Michelle Ferguson said he does the drum sound with the palm of his hand and a guitar. Crazy.
Oh, that is crazy.
Crazy.
I was looking around like I could see inside the room. I was trying to look off the mirror in the back to see if there was another person in that joint.
It's just nobody else. Just Ren.
I got that because as soon as he stopped, it stopped. So I was like, there's no way they that synced. So it had to be him. I was just wondering how he did that. I never heard that. GoFundMe not active. I figured that because this is older. You probably didn't hit that.
I gotta take a sip off that Ren's secret stuff.
This joint 23 minutes, and he said this one's dark. Oh,
yeah, you gotta shake it out.
Shake out the, you know what I mean? The sadness.
This how
I be getting rid of my sadness. I go yell at him or something, like make something up and get mad at him about it and just fuss him out. And then normally I'll be over it. I'll just forget all my problems. Put it on him. It's easy.
I got you, Allie.
Allie, all right, bet. I mean, either one is not hard. So
which one is this? You gonna intro it?
Man, I was trying to just jump right into it. This is Ren chapter 6. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm trying to get this joint done.
There you go.
Because you kind of prepared me for sadness. So now I'm like, is it going to be like part 2?
Jamie said dead wax would be a good pick-me-up. Michelle Ferguson said chapter 8 is a happy one.
Chapter 8, okay, that's great.
All right, let go.
But I'm just like, because they said it's gonna get worse before it get better. So I'm like, is this the peak? Hopefully, don't spoil it. But yes.
I'm gonna try and hold it together throughout this one. 2015.
Hold on. Before we proceed, don't forget to hit that like button.
And grab your tissue.
Comment. Subscribe.
Just in case.
Let's
towel, his shoulder, somebody. Don't cry on my shoulder.
No promises.
This is a Supreme shirt.
Let's go.
2015 was the worst year of my life. At the end of 2014, I attended a private UK-based ME specialist clinic called Breakspear. For some reason, the treatments had sent my health nosediving, and I became more sick than I'd ever been.
What the? See?
I became so weak that I couldn't walk to the bathroom without needing to lie on the floor to recover. I couldn't focus on anything. I couldn't read. I couldn't watch TV. What
the hell was preventing you from reading?
His vision is probably blurry.
If I can't see, can't walk, and I'm in pain.
You just gotta lay there, bro. Ain't nothing else to do. Crazy.
I ain't gonna hold you. He might be a stronger person than me, because I would be like,
I already know.
Let me sign up for war. Just put me on the front line. Like, I'm gonna take somebody out with me, and then
anything. I couldn't read. I couldn't watch.
I ain't got it in me to be crawling and asking for help. I'm not that person. Like, if God forbid, God, I don't even want to say this. If someone lost their legs after having legs and being an athlete their whole life, I can understand why they would be like, all right, it's okay. I'm ready to go.
Gigi just said the same thing. Surely stronger than him too.
I couldn't do it. I'm just being honest. I can't do it.
You got me.
All I could do there was lie there in pain. It was obvious during this time that I needed to move back home with my mum again. She moved to Cardiff with a new husband, and they had a spare room, which became my tomb for the next 8 months. At this point, I was so weak that the most that I could manage to do a day was to take a shower. The rest of the time, I was confined to my bed. I started reacting even more severely to foods, so every single meal had to be blended into soups or broths to avoid negative reactions. Pain constantly shot through my shin bones.
And that's probably the cherry on the top right there. That would have been my deciding factor. I can't even eat lasagna no more, G. That's my favorite food. Boy, what? You know what I would do?
Through my feet, like splinters. My stomach would gurgle.
That's what I would do. Breast milk.
Over lasagna?
You can't eat lasagna. You got to blend it up. It's not going to taste the same.
I'm not drinking my lasagna. I'm not going to drink it.
You're going to be on the breast
drinking
milk.
pasta is crazy.
You're back on the tit.
Like,
you're back on the tit.
I mean, I would just eat.
What? Soups?
I don't even know.
Or you got to eat some like, I don't
soup every day is crazy.
It's wild.
Into soups or broths to avoid negative reactions. Pain constantly shot through my shin bones and through my feet, like splinters. My stomach would gurgle, and the muscles in my body would constantly twitch, spasm, and ache. My body felt drained of every single ounce of life, and I was so tired, but I was too wired to sleep. I was so full of mental fog that reading a single page on a book seemed impossible. The daylight coming in from behind the curtain hurt my eyes. Loud sounds felt overwhelming. All I could do was wait and pray for sleep, knowing that when I woke from it, nothing would change. I wouldn't feel in any way rested, and all the symptoms would persist. This went on and on and on. It was day after day of physical and mental torture.
That is possible, Jamie. She said, you really don't, I'm going to sum up what she said. You don't know until you go through it how strong a human will to survive is.
How strong your will
just
is.
humans in general, because as much as I say I'll probably take the sword, in reality, that probably ain't the case.
Don't get to hit that like button. Big shout out to Toy.
You would say it after that. Like, that's like the most random commercial break.
I thought of concentration camps, of prisoners of war being tortured. At least the escape of death seemed likely.
See, and that's a great way to put that. He thought so. In concentration camps, those people, when America finally raided that joint, there were survivors.
Mm-hmm.
They had a will to survive.
Mm-hmm.
But God,
Michelle Ferguson
that
said he
sucks.
can only have a few vegetables and meats and rice cakes. Everything else makes him sick.
I hate rice cakes. Boy, you can't have lasagna. I don't know how I can live without lasagna. I'm not gonna lie. Matter of fact, everybody in the comments, tell me one food that you don't think you can't.
I can't live without tacos. I'm not.
Yeah, he eat tacos like
monthly,
weekly.
I'm not gonna lie.
Weekly. You talking about me? Multiple times a week.
Yeah. I go
He
to
damn
the
near
same
Mexican.
spot, get the same thing.
Yeah, they know him by name.
That's awesome.
Prisoners of war being tortured. At least the escape of death seemed likely. During that time, I never got breaks. My whole body burned. My brain was on fire, and I had nowhere to hide. In the merciful moments where I could concentrate, I tenaciously trawled the internet, looking for ways out. My research drew me to a procedure called a fecal transplant. There was...
Hold on.
See,
And
oh my God!
Jamie just fried you. She called you Garfield too. I'm weak. And
I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, said burgers. She can't live.
That's funny
without
as hell.
burgers.
I could do without burgers. I could definitely. I don't even like watermelon.
Ali said watermelon.
Yeah, I'm not a watermelon person.
Me is pineapple.
If it's one fruit,
if I had to pick
pineapples.
a fruit,
Yeah,
it would be pineapple.
pineapples or oranges. Like those are my two favorites. So out of one, yeah, I don't think I can live without those. Burgers, I can live without them. And the reason why is because I had a lot of bad burgers in my life and some good ones.
Burgers
But there's
too.
some people out here that really can mess up a burger.
I'm not gonna lie. I got a burger spot I go to weekly too. Shake Shack.
Ain't no
Not
burger
a
spot.
plug.
That's a fast food chain. But you heard what he said right before this. Like, soon as I hit pause, he said some fecal transfer.
transplant.
The heck?
You know what? What?
No, I don't. I don't even think I want to know what that
That's when
is.
they take the poop from a different specimen and insert it into
moments where I could concentrate.
and then your body absorbs that
I
bacteria.
don't want to listen to you.
and,
I don't want to listen to you, G.
You know, enzymes.
That's
and whatnot.
wild. Pineapples on pizza. I like it.
I
ain't
like
gonna hold you.
pineapples on pizza. I'm a Hawaiian. Yeah,
Yeah, I like it.
I'm
I'm not-
not Hawaiian.
We grew up in
Come on.
California for a little
Wow.
bit, so we, you know what I mean. That's like a thing
Pepperoni
out there.
ham.
I don't know.
Pineapple ham. Come on.
I don't. I can do without the ham. I don't eat pork.
And I had nowhere to hide. In the merciful moments where I could concentrate, I tenaciously trawled the internet, looking for ways out. My research drew me to a procedure called a fecal transplant that was having success managing things like Crohn's disease or colitis. It had also gained success in some select cases.
Not gonna lie, I think that might be my limit right there. Fecal transplant. You're not transplanting nobody fecal nothing to me. Not doing it.
Come on.
Not
It's just a little poop, Devin.
I don't give a damn.
It just-
That
it's
might
a-
be my limit. I got
it's a little
OCD, so like I clean everything. That's probably my limit right there. Not gonna hold you.
Autoimmune conditions like MS too.
Hold on.
At the time,
They getting on us about this pineapple on pizza.
Hey, have you tried it though?
Loves,
Have you tried it
Pizza
though?
said it's sacrilege over there in Italy. All right. But basically, you close to getting stoned.
I mean,
Catch you with pineapple.
I never
over there.
suggested to do it, but someone handed me a slice that had. I like pineapples. I like pizza. I like most of my food touching anyway.
Tori
I'm
said
that
a
type of
fucking
person.
towards fruit does not belong on pizza. Okay. Listen to Gigi. With the throw up emoji.
I mean, have you tried it though? Don't.
Oh.
If you haven't tried it, don't knock me. But if you
Uh-oh,
tried it,
someone-
Hawaiian pizza. See, that's what I'm
Hawaiian
saying.
pizza
That's what it
best.
is. In Hawaii, it must go crazy. Can they call it Hawaiian?
pizza.
I don't know, guys.
Jamie?
I do replace the ham though. I don't really do pork, so I take the ham off and probably just do like chicken or something.
I felt like much of my issues were caused by dysbiosis, which means an imbalance in your gut flora. I noticed that all the food intolerances started after a large course of antibiotics for the parasite. I wondered if the parasite had wreaked havoc on my microbiome before I nuked it with antibiotics that worsened it further. Fecal transplants can introduce a whole host of probiotic bacteria into your gut, and it can reestablish a healthy homeostasis.
Right?
How can somebody else's poop help you?
Because you need natural, some bacteria is good, right? And you need it to break down food and enzymes.
So why can't I just get that through your blood?
Because no, he was taking antibiotics, a lot of antibiotics. It was killing the good bacteria too, and the bad bacteria and stuff inside of him.
So why don't you just give me the good stuff?
That's how he's getting the good stuff through another healthy person's poop.
Is that the only way though? Like, I'd rather have like a blood transfusion or something. Give me the plasma or something. It got to be another way. Spit. Oh, that's even gross. Oh.
You want somebody to spit in your mouth?
I don't want neither. I don't want neither.
Freaky, y'all. Devin freaky. Hold on.
Shut up.
Host of probiotic bacteria into your gut, and it can reestablish a healthy homeostasis.
That's what you get.
In normal person speak, I wanted to pay to put another person's poop in my butthole. I carried on filming videos from my bed, blogging my experience. I was pretty convinced that during this time I wouldn't be alive much longer. And part of me wanted there to be some kind of document of what I'd been through in hopes that it might help someone later down the line.
And if this illness does kill me, then I want this video. I want somebody who can take notice of this video and do something with it.
I had a fundraiser open to save money for the fecal transplant, which was very slowly creeping up. I needed to save $6,000 in total.
What the hell? It cost $6,000.
$6,000. And Jennifer O said it's the bacteria from your gut. It's it, and so it's got to be the poop. Ain't no way around it.
I think I'd rather take the sword. I think that's
that's
my limit, G.
You gonna take that poop?
That's my limit. But why the hell is it $6,000?
It's pricey poop.
And who the hell is donating poop? Who's pooping? The doctor's poop?
Nah, that's a good question.
Like, where is a poop manufacturing plant somewhere?
Like, how much are they paying for poop donations?
That's what I'm saying. Like, $6,000? That's robbery, G. That's crazy.
Which was very slowly creeping up. I needed to save $6,000 in total. I remember my girlfriend wanting to come and visit, but telling her that I didn't want her to. There are a few reasons for this. One, I was pretty sure I was going to die soon. The day before Joe died, I'd been sat with him at a pub, catching up, playing pool, cracking jokes. I'd often wondered if I'd have been hit less hard by his death if I'd been away at university when it happened. For my girlfriend's sake.
R.I.P. to Joe, man.
I think depending on how close he was to Joe, being away at university when it happened could have lessened the blow, because I've had deaths happen
he was right
when
there,
I was around, when I was in college.
He was looking for the body. He was running.
And those I've just
bridge.
seen and just talked to. So I can experience both. Crazy. I think the ones when you're away, you haven't spoken to them in a walk. It depends on the person, because you could regret that also. So it depends.
But hard by his death if I'd been away at university when it happened. For my girlfriend's sake, I wanted her to have distance from me. I also felt ugly. I felt unlovable. I was unable to communicate, and I didn't want her to see me like that. I
don't see how he ever had trouble with women, though, and feeling ugly, because he can sing his ass off. So all you gotta do is sing to him.
I'll be misusing
they
that.
Throw bras at him. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why God ain't let me sing. Boy, what? Boy, what?
He knows my heart. He knows my heart.
Able to communicate, and I didn't want her to see me like that. I watched my mum look thinner and more frail every day that she had to watch her son deteriorate, and I felt immense guilt. My mum would often walk in and find me either crying on the bathroom or kitchen floor, having no energy to get back into bed. She'd often sit with me and massage my feet, which always hurt, and she'd hum melodies to me like she would do when I was a little boy. During this whole time, I hadn't picked up my guitar. I barely had any sunlight touch my skin, and I lost a lot of weight. I was about 130 pounds at my lowest, about 8 or 9 stone, which for someone who is 6'1" is very skinny.
Crazy. 130 at 6'1". You don't know what that's like to be 6'1", Devin. You short. Me,
what?
Because I am 6'1", being 130 right now.
You're taller than me.
I'm skinny. I'm OD skinny. I'm 170, bro. And I'm OD skinny.
I ain't been
6'1".
130 since.
So 130, bro. That's bro.
Last time I was 130, I might have been like
Goddamn.
in middle school. If that, I might have been heavier than that in middle school.
Average rate is usually about 168 pounds, 12 stone. Every day the same thing. I'd wake up in pain, eat a meal of blended vegetables and chicken, lie with my eyes closed for hours while the world seemed to spin erratically, and I'd often cry as the bones in my legs felt like they wanted to grow out and burst out of my skin. Despite this, what I didn't know is things were about to get a lot worse. Come June, I've been in bed for about 6 months straight.
Damn.
I've regained some energy to leave the house every now and then to go shopping for groceries with my mum, and I finally reached my target for the fecal transplant, and my mum drove me to the clinic to get the procedure. Everything seemed to go as smoothly as it could for such a bizarre experience. I received...
I ain't gonna lie. Let's take a break and go through the chat. Like, this is...
Finally got
this
his
is
money.
sad. Yeah, but he's still saying, like, I'm just imagining the pain that he's going through, because I used to talk to someone who had SS, and she used, you know what I mean, try to explain how it feels, and it sounds a lot like what he's saying, as far as like your bones feel like they're about to explode. That's so tragic. And yeah, I agree. Most people won't see themselves the way other people see them, which is probably tragic.
It's all about perception.
I think it's also like
a lot
your
of people think
parents,
they are the main character.
Some people think they're not. They're background characters, even though other people don't see them that way.
That's why I say a lot of people, not all people.
And then there's some who are main characters who want to be background characters. It's a bunch of different characters. I mean,
let's go back in.
Let's go.
The colonic irrigation, which was like a car wash for your colon. Actually feels pretty good. They then proceeded to put someone else's excrement in my behind. They would repeat this process for 5 consecutive days. When I got home, I realized I felt a little odd, almost manic, and I was hopeful that this meant my energy was coming back. But it wasn't a nice feeling. As the days progressed, I started to feel an innate sense that something was very wrong. It seemed my immune system was going into some sort of overdrive. My brain was buzzing, and the more time that passed, the more uncomfortable I felt. I remember early one morning, I was lying on the kitchen floor after attempting to get a glass of water. My body hurt so much that I was digging my nails into the laminate flooring, screaming, and my mum ran in and asked me what was wrong. I remember repeating, "I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go," over and over again. I felt like falling down a deep tunnel in my mind, almost as though my entire soul was tumbling down into an abyss. When I finally crashed to the bottom, I was hit with this immense feeling of stillness and peace. I stopped crying. I sat up, and my mother looked at me, puzzled. I've not felt to this day that sort of serenity that I felt in that moment. I looked around the room, and everything seemed to have gained a clarity and quality. But what was most peculiar was the feeling of stillness. There seemed to be some sort of respite from the mental torture and fog in my brain. I still to this day have no explanation for what happened. I looked at my mum. I smiled at her calmly, and I told her that everything was okay now. Her partner Michael came in, and I remember them both looking at me, perplexed. I started speaking fluidly for the first time in months, but it wasn't quite me. I was cracking jokes, being witty. My mum would laugh nervously.
So the poop work?
They saying this is what he was talking about from Seven Sins when he was clawing at the laminate.
But did the poop work?
The poop did not work, Devin.
Because he said he just felt stillness, like he's able to talk now, and this is after the treatment.
And then it.
I remember feeling as though I was coming up off a neck.
If the poop ain't work, I want my 6 G's back.
No,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie.
And they get the poop back.
I felt this underlying feeling of
give you some
euphoria.
fresh.
I caught myself occasionally erratically snapping my fingers or making whistling noises in between sentences, or staring at some empty part of the room as though there was somebody there, then snapping back to the space and talking to my mum.
You're not late, Lisa. You're right on time.
No.
This feeling of intense euphoria.
He lied, Lisa. You late as hell.
Yeah.
You late as hell,
late.
Lisa.
You already missed 5.
It's okay though.
You better. Okay.
Shout out to you.
Mom.
We love you.
This feeling of intense euphoria lasted about 48 hours. During this time, I'd adopted some newer strange behaviors. Everything in my room that wasn't parallel bothered me, so I had to make sure it was aligned and facing the same direction. The whistle and the finger click became a new tick, and it started rising in frequency the more time that...
So the poop changed. He got characteristics of the poop donators.
It said it gave him deep psychosis. That's what Jennifer O said. And big shout out to
because of the
Kim
poop.
R. Welcome,
See,
welcome.
Other people's poop is not so. I don't care what no doctor or nobody tell me. That ain't supposed to be in you.
Devin.
No, G. There got to be another way to do it. It's a plant somewhere.
Some yogurt.
I don't give a damn. We gonna figure something. I'd rather eat bugs.
They figured it out. It's poop.
No way. No, that's not the answer to nothing. I don't care. It's not the answer.
The poop play.
It's not the answer.
that elapsed. I also noticed that I get stuck on words or sentences when talking to my mum. For example, if I was saying a sentence like, "I'm not sure how I'm feeling today," I would sometimes get stuck on the whole sentence or just a word from it and repeat it about 30 or 40 times before I could move on to the next. So I'm not sure how I'm feeling today, today, over and over. I can't really explain why, but it's like saying it carved out a safe space for me. After about 2 days, that feeling of peace and euphoria was swapped out for a feeling of immense dread and doom. I felt fear fill my body, unlike any fear that I've ever felt. I'd often wake up in the early hours of the morning screaming at the top of my lungs, a torture scream that would fill the whole house, a scream like my legs were being sawn off. I felt pure terror. My mum would run in and try and calm me down. Sometimes I'd be thrashing, hitting the mattress, pounding the walls. It usually ended up in me exhausting myself and her stroking my head in her lap as I sobbed and repeated the same words over and over again. Everything in these moments terrified me. The compulsion to make everything parallel became a necessity. Whenever I was in the kitchen or car and the dials were facing the wrong way, it taunted me. My mum started taking me to a weekly talk therapist in hopes it would stop me from killing myself. I did catch myself researching the most painless ways to do it. I often daydreamed about death, and it made me feel at peace. At this point, intense paranoid delusions started creeping in. I wondered if what was happening to me was demonic. I don't remember how I got there, but I remember one time speaking on the landline to someone who claimed to be an expert in dark magic. He told me that being around my mum was bad for me. He told me that she was bad. He told me that I needed to do a ritual with black wax candles in order to free myself. I remember ordering black candles from eBay, and when they arrived, I had a change of heart, and I decided against doing this dark magic ritual.
Glad you did that, because something bad probably would have happened to your mother. Like, don't be playing with black magic. I believe in that stuff, like voodoo, all that crap. I had some family older, they passed now, but they used to be talking about that stuff when I was a child. I'm like, I ain't never coming to y'all house.
Fell asleep that night, and I woke up the next day to find the candles totally melted onto the white mantelpiece that they were on. They'd never been lit. I still don't really know for certain if anything of these things happened, but the melted wax was definitely real. I remember picking it off with my nails. There were moments that my rational mind knew that I was hallucinating. Sometimes in the night, I would hear perfect string quartet symphonies with no sound source for them to be coming from. I remember one time my mum took me with her to the post office because during this time, I'd rarely been left in the house alone. I remember the lady behind the till reaching for some sellotape. As she tugged on the tape, it sounded as though it had been amplified 1,000 times. It was deafeningly loud. I ran out of the store crying and shaking, and I sat in the passenger seat of my mum's car, rocking back and forth, where she found me uncontrollably sobbing, repeating the words, I can't, over and over again.
And if you just was walking by the car, you would think he crazy. But damn.
Never judge a book by its cover, man. You never know what people are going through.
No, I ain't gonna hold you. I be judging books. We judge books around here. But you sometimes are the asshole. And I accept that. But when you know more, you know what I mean? But damn.
over and over again. My paranoia grew. I boomerang.
Hold on. Karina said the poop had nothing to do with his psychosis.
So what the hell was it? He ain't told us what it was specifically. Maybe he doesn't know what caused it. But I think it's the poop. Just imagine if you, oh my God, make my stomach hurt. If you had that happen and the pain ain't go away and you think you just did it for nothing, I'll probably have psychosis too. I ain't gonna lie.
Gigi Loves Music said, unfortunately, that is a wrong statement.
What?
And
that is not the poop?
Karina. So he's saying it was the poop.
Vote. Was it or was it not?
Was it the poop? Everybody who's team poop, put a 1 in the chat. Everybody who's team
this is
no
a wild,
poop,
wild statement.
Get your barometer. Was it the poop or was it not the poop?
Don't clip this video, please.
My paranoia grew. I boomeranged.
Karina said it was stress-induced.
Stress-induced psychosis?
Gigi said the new bacteria generated a severe reaction of his immune system. Which one is it?
I ain't a doctor. I don't know. You tell
Michelle
us.
Ferguson said she thinks it's the poop.
I think it's the poop, G.
She's team poop.
That would make my skin crawl with nothing on it.
Between thinking I may have been latched onto by some demonic entity and I became suspicious of even my own family, to thinking I might be part of some sort of twisted experiment where a group of observers were seeing how far they could push me before I snapped and shattered. My irrational mind concluded that if I start behaving in unexpected ways, I might confuse the people conducting this experiment and they'd shut it down. I'd sit in my own bed manically grinning in response to the jolt of pain in my legs. I'd say things to Mum and Michael which made no sense at all. This all seemed to be leading up to a very unusual day. I can't quite recall the details of how it happened because it was quite...
Shout out Richard G.
Probably a bit of both. I think the poop could cause stress, which could cause psychosis. It's a trickle-down effect. But Michael is a real one. I'm not going to lie. Because he really loved your mama because he stuck around.
Jennifer, we are having this debate. Yes, this is true. Are you team poop or team no poop? We need to know in the chat. Let us know. All right, put a 1 or 2. Team poop.
I'm definitely team poop. I'm not gonna lie.
Tricky to tell what was reality and what was not.
Please hit the like button.
But from what I remember, I was in the car with my mum, parked outside a supermarket, and I'd put my laptop on the roof of the car while I'd helped her with groceries. I'd forgotten it was there, and she drove off. It wasn't until about an hour later I noticed, and I started panicking. My laptop had on it hundreds of songs from my time in Brighton. It was all I had really to show for my life. I was already in such an emotionally fragile space that losing that felt like some sick, torturous joke. We drove back and searched every place it could be with no luck. As we were driving home, my mum pulled up at a junction and something in me snapped. I got out of the car and I ran away from it. I convinced myself this was still part of the experiment, because what else could explain that sort of luck? Once I got far enough away, I proceeded to strip off all my clothes, and I lay in the middle of a road staring up at the sky, laughing in hysterics. This was the opposite of how one should react to losing their computer, and so it seemed like the perfect way to confuse my observers. With time, the police showed up, as did my mother. By some miracle, she convinced them not to take me in or section me. And by a further miracle, they also relayed to my mum that a dented laptop had been handed in an hour earlier. I took this as meaning my experiment had worked. I eventually snuck off as my mum was talking to them.
That is crazy.
Come on.
That's crazy that he got that back. I've lost a phone before and went back and it's in the same spot. But
that just happened to me.
That ain't a laptop. It ain't a whole laptop, though.
On a roller coaster.
And depending on where you at, 2 seconds. Matter of fact, you could be there and that joint be gone.
Jay Millie said your body will always fight anything foreign. All right.
Yeah, that's so true. I heard that's the same thing with like breast implants and stuff. Even with I think it's what, kidney transplants and stuff, heart transplants.
Allie said she think the poop that threw his body out of whack, but it's the disappointing failure it was that kicked off the psychosis, because he did have to raise that money on a GoFundMe. He probably was busking. doing everything he could, him and his mom, to get this $6K, and it still failed. That's crazy.
He know them doctors' names. I'd have been looking them up. They're gonna have to give me my $6K back.
I'm leaving here for something.
Yeah, I'll give you some poop back.
I'm leaving here for something.
I wandered slowly around this unfamiliar village until I encountered the second angel I would meet in my life, this time in the form of a black homeless man. I'm not sure how we got there, but as I was walking, I turned to my side and a man dressed in tattered grey clothes was walking beside me. He asked me what was wrong, and I explained the best I could the events of the day. I explained that I'd been sick a very long time, that I was tired, so tired, and that I just wanted to be better. The homeless man paused. He put his hand on my shoulders and he stared into my eyes. His eyes had a light grey tint. They were almost white, and something about his presence made me feel incredibly safe, incredibly still. He smiled, a kind smile, and he said to me, "Everything's going to be okay, Ren." And then he vanished. I hadn't told him my name. I never hallucinated anything after that day.
And then his hallucinations was gone. Come on. Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now?
Make this a movie already. Like, what's happening?
He need a book, a novel.
No
something.
real explanation for that day. I chalk it down to a psychotic episode or stress-induced hallucination, but the events which follow put a lot of questions in my mind. What he said to me was very simple, but also very needed. I realize a lot of people might hear these stories and just presume I'm a bit mad, a bit weird, like I do when people tell me their ghost stories. All I can do is tell you my experience and let you derive your own conclusions from it. Anyway, I got home and I started to obsessively research ways to escape this new seemingly psychotic space I was in. It's a strange thing to describe, but it was like me, Ren, was in the passenger seat of my mind while some other entity was steering the ship. I was watching myself do things like scream at night or repeat words over and over. And I think to myself, damn, that's pretty crazy. But I wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Every now and then I had moments of lucidity where I was more in control. I was doing things like stimming. I had night terrors, vocal tics. I'd stutter and I'd stammer. And for me, a lot of that lined up with some sort of transitory or stress-induced autism. I'd known a family with an autistic teenager and some of the behaviors seemed to line up, which led me to a new pathway of online research. I came across this support group for a subset of children with autism called PANDAS, PANDAS. It was believed that these kids had the neurological infection of the streptococcus bacteria that was causing these autistic-like behaviors. I was presenting with some similar behaviors. These kids would do long courses of antibiotics and their symptoms would diminish or disappear, and they'd be seemingly normal children again. I speculated.
Yeah, what is stimming? I think
Millie
it's like
right.
stem cells, but that's what I was thinking it was, like juicing, but stimming. But I don't know that for sure. I'm just using context clues. But
Yeah, we are not doctors.
yeah.
That the fecal transplant introduced a whole host of new bacteria into my gut, but that I didn't have the immune regulation to be able to control it, and it had sent my entire system into some sort of inflammation overdrive. I researched the most effective antibiotic for streptococcus, one being penicillin, and I convinced
It was the poop.
That caused it?
It was the
How'd you
poop.
catch that?
it, and it had sent my entire system
Right
into
here?
some sort of inflammation
Go
overdrive.
back a little bit more. A little bit more. You explained
You
it.
said I speculated.
Go.
Transplant introduced a whole host of new bacteria children again.
Look,
I speculated that the fecal transplant introduced a whole host of new bacteria into my gut, but that I didn't have the immune regulation to be able to control it, and it had sent my entire system into some sort of inflammation overdrive. I researched the most.
There you go.
but he's saying he speculated that, so he doesn't know that for sure.
It was the poop. Nobody knows what actually happened.
I mean, a doctor should be able to. See,
How?
that's crazy.
How?
They should know. There should be some sort of, like, you know how when you take medicine, there's the disclaimers of all the side effects. You should know the side effects of putting poop in somebody well before you're doing this. This is a crazy. I don't even know how someone thought of doing that. Like, it was like, I'm gonna put poop in somebody else. Like, who thought of that? And,
Just be-
and
you
gave
are
him a
right.
doctor's license.
You are right. He did say something about a Netflix gig, and if you had like a limited.
Oh, yeah, he
series
did say
about
that.
That would be dope. Karina says the lime had also reached his brain too, and also caused other health conditions. I think in troubles, he said stress-induced psychosis. Shout out to Kami M.
Cammy,
Yep, thank you.
you went to public schools, guys.
Reminds me of the first time
don't-
she did
don't
acid
judge her.
trips. All right.
Effective
That means,
antibiotic for streptococcus. One being penicillin.
Stimming is a kind of Tourette's.
Oh, so it won't medicine at all. I thought that was a treatment. It's another symptom.
Gigi stated he was referring to this part, but he is not an expert. Okay.
Boy. Shout out to you, Cammy.
I researched the most effective antibiotic for streptococcus, one being penicillin, and I convinced my mum to take me to the doctor where I faked a stomach bug. I lied to him, and I said I'd had similar things in the past, and the penicillin cleared it right up. He reluctantly prescribed me a 2-week course of antibiotics because I was so persistent. I got home and I started the course. Initially, I felt fucking awful, somehow even more tired than usual. And then towards the end of the course, I noticed a definite shift in my energy and comfort. By the end of the course, my psychotic behaviors had disappeared and my energy felt a lot better.
Okay.
I stayed indefinitely on various herbal antibiotic supplements like oregano oil at this time, having learned that this was also active against certain pathogenic bacteria.
Yeah, oregano oil supposedly kills parasites.
They say stimming is like pacing back and forth, up and down, being unable to stop. Some people do it with their fingers. It's like an uncontrollable tick.
You know what's crazy? I got a crazy
Repetitive
tick. When I'm in like
behavior
a building or something, I'm gonna count like the lights, the beams,
I
the
tell him
exit
all the time
signs.
he's autistic,
like-
but he doesn't believe me.
Maybe, I don't know. One of us probably is. It's a bunch of us.
It's
Maybe.
you. I'm telling you.
I mean, one of us. One of us.
Keep in mind also, I'm just going off script right now. Keep in mind if I'd have followed the advice of most of the doctors that I'd seen at the time who were talking to me about my psychotic behaviors, I would have probably been put into a mental facility and medicated with medication that I didn't need and would have probably gotten a lot worse. So it was very lucky that I took no one tells you that antibiotics can treat psychosis, and these antibiotics did.
Why the hell don't they? Why is that not common amongst doctors? That's crazy.
It's a specialty.
In actually treat my psychosis. And I was no stranger to the
4,000
placebo
years.
effect. I'd taken everything. It wasn't placebo. It didn't matter. After about a week, I'd finished the course and some of my more familiar symptoms like fatigue and pain started creeping back again. But that didn't matter because what this whole experience had taught me was that the origin of my sickness was in fact bacterial and it was pathogenic. The biggest thing it taught me was I could actually do something about it. I was no stranger to the placebo effect after years of trialing different drugs and supplements. This wasn't placebo. I took to the internet again and found a world-renowned specialist over in Brussels who was also leading a lot of the cutting-edge research for ME. I got on the phone and made an appointment. He was booked up for the next 9 months, but that gave me enough time to save money. The antibiotics and new herbs I was taking had also given me a new lease of life. And the hope for a cure.
I was right. See, you trying to rush. The first thing you trying to do is put some poop in your butt. All you is plants. It was plants. Plants. God has put, in my belief, God has put everything on earth that you need to survive. So there's a medicine or a supplement that is organic for any and everything. Unless you need surgery or stuff, I mean, but for the majority of things, it's never going to cause. It's never a need or a cause for poop. I'm just saying.
Made me more determined than ever. I started having enough energy to go on walks, which was huge for me at the time. My dad would drive over to my mum's and we'd go out in the car and I'd take photos of wildlife on beaches. I was picking up my guitar again after months in bed. I eventually invited my girlfriend over and made the decision to move back to Brighton as soon as I was strong enough to. It was around this time that I started working on the album Freckled Angels. I knew that the future tests weren't going to be cheap. I pulled together some old tracks from the days I was working with Sony, and I got hold of Eric and asked his permission to release them, which he graciously granted. So thank you, Eric. I then pulled together some newer material and compiled my first ever album from my bedroom. In those days, I had no real way of promoting myself and no energy to do shows, so it was mostly to be listened to by my friends and family. I named the album Freckled Angels after Joe. Joe was covered head to toe in freckles, and it seemed fitting to dedicate this work to one of the coolest and funniest people I ever knew. Any ounce of energy I did have from my limited reserves, I'd pour into recording that album. It's by no means a work of art, and it's a bit thematically disjointed, but some songs like Crutch or Pocket Full of Pain went a long way to photographing that time. I'm going to leave you with a recording of Pocket Full of Pain. Back in those days. Enjoy.
Pocket Full of Pain.
Cool.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, 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 yeah. I watch the sun when it rises, when it's climbing the sky. I sit here with the pocket full of pain. I've got tears in my juice, in my mind. There's a noose, but my hope makes me cling to the day. I wanna run with the sun and the moon.
Yo,
Big shout out to Donna E out there.
he is such a great artist. Like
vocals,
did you-
everybody.
the vocals is good, but I'm talking about the words that he's using. A pocket full of pain. There's a noose in my brain. Like the descriptive rhymes that he uses. Yo.
I know.
And what's crazy is this is probably going to be a something crazy to say, ironic. Without these sicknesses or illnesses, I don't know if he'll be able to make the music as descriptive.
You won't have the story.
Yeah, you won't have the story, but I don't think I'll.
You gotta go.
If you gotta pick
something to get to something.
No cross, no crown. But damn, his word choice is so crazy.
I watch the sun when it rises, when it's climbing the sky. I sit here with the pocket full of pain. I've got tears in my juice, in my mind. There's a noose, but my hope makes me cling to the day. I wanna run with the sun and the moon and the stars till I'm running faster than my pain. I wish I could breathe out this fear, this doubt, send it into the Milky Way. I got my finger on the trigger of a Magnum 44, but survival instinct won't let me bleed. I wanna put a bullet straight in my cerebral tissues place, but my index finger won't let me squeeze.
Perfect. I wanna pull a bullet in my cerebral cortex. What? You see what I'm saying? The word choices.
Instinct won't let me bleed.
His word choices is so crazy.
I'm running faster than my pain. I wish I could breathe out this fear, this doubt, send it into the Milky Way. I got my finger on the trigger of a Magnum 44, but survival instinct won't let me bleed. I wanna put a bullet straight in my cerebral tissues place, but my index finger won't let me squeeze. I wanna skate down my vein with the blade till the blood runs thicker than the thoughts in my head. But don't ask me why, this is not my goodbye, it's a suicide failure attempt.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Take your time.
I choose life, I choose life, I choose living. Put the bottles and the pills down. I stand up, I breathe with precision. Calm washes over me like a break in the storm. I close my eyes for a minute, then my troubles transform. And I travel deep into the corners of my mind. I remember the first time I felt hopeless. I think I was 5, cause at the hands of this bully, the lessons that I learned is that this world is not so beautiful. Sometimes it can be burnt by the fires of evil that are living inside the common people just like you and like I. We'll all strive to survive, and we all climb to the top over our brothers and sisters, whether we mean to or not. And we get lost in the tide of insecurities and power seeking fooleries, but happiness don't live inside no jewelries. In an age of distraction, we would rather tap on our iPhones than stop a war from happening. It's heartbreaking.
That's a big fact too. And this war is happening right now, and it probably could be stopped easily, but you'd rather fund them because Somebody making some money from it. Somebody.
Fooleries, but happiness don't live inside no jewelries. In an age of distraction, we would rather tap on our iPhones than stop a war from happening. It's heartbreaking, Satan's patiently waiting for us to mess up big time, so hell on earth will be blatant. So forgive me for wanting to blow my brains out, but I've got a change of heart. It's time for change now, rearrange now, fist in the sky. I say proud, say loud, revolution word on my brain now. Get with the people, yeah, powers with the people. If the people strive for unity, the world it could be equal. You could be the start of the beginning, a dawn of no stress, no troubles, no sinning, just living. So overthrow evil and greed, put aside your distractions, welcome change with me, welcome change with me, welcome change with me, welcome change, welcome change, welcome change with me, welcome change with me, now welcome change with me, now welcome change, welcome change, welcome change with me. Yeah.
Is he freestyling?
Da-da-da-do.
Yeah. That it.
Chapters 5.
I like how I like the last 2 chapters, even though this 6 was darker than 5, but the songs in the end, like it kind of really changes your mood. So you're not left on like this bad. I don't know if who was there just trying to go bowling. I hope you get a 200 something, maybe 3 if you nice, get 300. But I don't know if it'll be right before a game song, but any other time of the day, I like these joints. I ain't gonna lie. And it seems like he's been rapping for a minute. So I wonder if he was just singing and playing the guitar, at what point did Rim be like, all right, I think I can bar up too? Or has he always just been barring up also?
It seems
like what came first? Was he singing and playing instruments, or was he rapping first? Because a lot of people rap and then play instruments or learn. Sometimes it's vice versa.
He knows how to
I wonder which one. Has there ever been a Ren interview where they asked him like, hey, were you a rapper or a singer first, and then you just found out that you can do both, or how did that come about? Like, how did you just figure, hey, I can do everything?
Tori said he couldn't find anyone to rap, so he decided to do it himself.
Fire. And I can do it better. That's crazy. I was going to pay you $500 for this feature, but
I'm gonna keep the money in my pocket.
Go ahead.
I got it. You anyway,
right? That's crazy. Wow. All right, so I think it's going to take us at least a week to recharge from this and get the last 2 done. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, but they said 8 is upbeat, so we're more happy. So
out there.
We might do it earlier. Y'all let us know what y'all feeling in the comments, and you know what I mean? We'll take y'all lead on this. I did move the next live back to 5:30 p.m. Eastern time versus 5, because give y'all some time, you know what I mean? Get something to drink, kiss your loved ones, make a phone call, you know what I mean? And then come back and join Kick-Its with us. We're going to do straight live requests only. So whatever you want, we want to hear it. So come with your best fire, especially if it's something we haven't heard. That'd be great. And we're going to kick back and enjoy for like an hour or so. You know what I mean? If you got some requests or something we never done, this is your time to get them done live.
Talking about us doing, we should do a Ren and Sam Tompkins Blind Eyes MC sessions.
Got to request it in the chat of that one. We're not going to carry over these requests to that one. That's not fair for those who just come for that. So I'm going to give everybody a fair opportunity. And then, you know what I mean? Once we start Patreon, we can do this a lot more. But until then, you know what I mean?
Come on.
Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. You like this joint, share this joint. Let somebody know. We almost at 15K. We're going to get there with y'all help. This has been another episode of Big Hip Hop Haven.
Don't forget to be.
Till next time, we out. This.
DreFromDaMudd. I just keep stuffing this bitch. I don't know why. Now I lay me down and sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep the fakes from around me and keep the jakes off me. You know I come from the mud. Forgive me for the way I had to eat. Lately I've been barely getting sleep. Demons in
in my body trying to take control of me. I can't recognize the nigga looking back at me. Grimy nigga, we been slamming out since Nickelodeon was slamming niggas. They love turn fake so fast, I just started timing niggas. Ride your own way, this switches send them like tsunami nigga. That pussy had me forgetting all my value, shit walking roofie. Had me wanna hear your name on tracks, I'm like CB Carucci. Narcissistic, I put flowers on Granny Gray, left all of my feelings. I crossed my dog, I ain't sleeping too well. If he won't pay, babe, he going first, so coming with me, I'll see you in hell. Traffic playing Mario Kart, the way we sending them shells. Peas vacuum seal, keep the cops off me, this compressor, you can still smell the smell. 8 hours busting down so many peas, fuck, I'm tired of seeing my scale. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep the fakes from around me, keep the jakes off me. You know I come from the mud, forgive me for the way I had to eat. I fed niggas and prepared them for the pain that was coming. I broke bread with niggas, I slid with niggas that I called my homies. They forgot I was human, I'm just the ATM from the mud, where it's eat or be eaten. She ate me for the rent, paranoid, bought me a new hammer cause of the mini man that wish death upon me. Lord, I gotta eat, my kids won't be hungry, and I'm in my motherfucking bag like I got the munchies. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep the fakes from around me, keep the jakes off me. You know I come from the mud, forgive me for the way I had to eat.